Mike, your lawn's in pretty good shape.
Okay.
But there's a few areas like this that are really bare. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna overseed today.
What do you mean by overseeding, Roger?
Overseed means we're gonna open up the soil, put down some compost and add seed. But in order to get to the soil, we need to cut this lawn very short so we can really access it.
All right, sounds good.
One of the most important things you can do for your lawn, no matter what type of lawn program you're on, is to aerate it in the fall.
Okay.
You can see this machine pulls out a plug. It actually makes a hole in the lawn. So what we're gonna do is put compost on top and rake it. There's nothing more organic than great compost. What we have here is composted leaves and grass clippings. Now you can tell it's finished or done cooking because it's cool to the touch.
Okay.
And if you squeeze it together, it breaks apart easily. It's very loose. So grab those shovels and we're gonna broadcast between a ½ inch and an inch right across the top. Just throw it for me right here. Once you get enough in here, I'm just gonna start raking it and get it down into the holes. Our soil test not only tells us what's wrong with the lawn, but how to fix it. In this case, remember, we have acidic soil, so we are going to add limestone.
And limestone is a natural occurring material.
That's right. In this case, we have pelletized limestone. I'm going to pour it in the hopper. I set it at the right setting. You're just going to spread it out over the area where we already put the compost.
Okay, Roger, I can do that.
The greatest organic weed control you can have is a strong, healthy, thick lawn.
And why is that?
Because it gets so thick that it stops the weed seeds from getting in there and germinating. Now we're ready to seed. We're gonna seed this over and fill in all those bare spots. But before we seed, we need to add a fertilizer. And this is that chicken manure we looked at earlier. It has a formula of 4-2-3 on it. That represents the nitrogen, which helps the top growth, and we know we needed nitrogen from our soil test. So there's potash and phosphorus. Now that phosphorus is really important in seeding a new lawn. It helps those new seedling roots get down into the ground. So I've set it. You can just take and go right over it, Mike. You want to do this?
Sure.
And again, this is an organic matter.
Exactly. A chemical fertilizer just feeds the grass. What we're doing here is feeding the soil. Anytime you talk about an organic lawn, you're talking about cutting down on the amount of pesticides you have to use. So what I have here today is a grass seed that has endophytes on it.
And what are endophytes, Roger?
Endophytes are a naturally occurring fungus that will prevent some lawn insects. So I'm just going to take and load this in the spreader. You want to take and just go over this and spread it out nice and heavy. Okay? Start with that. Just watch your edges. Don't get it on the patio, okay? Or in the flower bed if you can help it. All the way down and back. Now the last step is to just rake this seed in with the back of your grass rake. If we didn't rake the seed in, it would just dry out almost instantly and not germinate. You notice now that when we rake like this, the grass seed just seems to disappear.
What about watering, Roger?
I'm gonna want you to water it 2, maybe 3 times a day if it's really hot. Just a little bit though. We just wanna keep the top ½ inch moist. Once it germinates and starts growing, you can go on your regular watering schedule, which is 1 inch a week.